Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome to Season 7 of Far Lands or Bust. Welcome back indeed. The bed has just been made. It's been a long night. It's been a long night in Far Lands or Bust. How are you doing, Wolfie McWolfington Esquire the Third Jr.? And how are you doing? How are you doing, oh gigantic tree of 3116936 F3 monument? How are you indeed? Welcome, 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 and hello, new friends. You guys weren't here before, you sheep and pig. Here to look over the monument of season 6. And how are all you? And how are all you, my dear Farlanders, watching on potentially, at least this video is being released on Monday, June 5th, 2017. How do I do this anymore? How is this Far Lands or Bust thing done these days? I have no idea. It is a loss. It is a great loss to me. But yes, we can walk on the cake. We can walk on the cake. We can press F3 one final time here. 3116936, and then 29,372 blocks off the northern axis. Yeah, a little bit walking a bit north indeed. But yes, indeed, welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. My goodness gracious, people! My goodness gracious, it has been a long time, and I appreciate your patience. Started to see an increase in Farlanders out there wondering what's the deal? What's the deal? What's going on? What's happening next? And this is what's happening next. Season 7 is happening next of Far Lands or Bust, where of course we are and will continue to continue. We will continue to continue walking to the Far Lands here in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. Am I all set? Do I spooky noises? Maybe I'm not all set. Do I need anything? No, we've set up our chest here. We've left behind the diamond boots of season 6. We made them at the beginning of season 6, and not one step further could I take before they break, it seems. So we're leaving behind some diamond boots. We are going bootless. I mean, we can make some boots. Perhaps I should make the boots right now. Do I need tools? Tools might be of more importance. Let's maybe hold off on the boots. I have my red Converse sneakers on. I think they'll do all right for us. Oh yeah, aren't we? Yeah, we're leaving some buckets behind. We've been carrying 2 buckets of water with us. That seems pointless. We got plenty of wool and wood for beds. We got our trusty compass. Got a couple extra swords. Got some wolfie treats. We're gonna need some more. And we got some wheat to make sure our health is up. We've got the nether rack that we're still carrying. Our golden clock of destiny and our golden apple of episode 311-ness on our inventory. And of course, this is us right here. Still sporting the 3D glasses and our standard, not at all infringing upon other copyrights costume. I do need to bring the workbench with. I do think I should bring the workbench with. Yes, I should probably bring the workbench with. I don't need a furnace for anything, really. Probably easy enough to make another furnace. But yeah, I'm probably not going to depart. We're going to take one final gander. I think we've got enough pictures and panoramics and whatnot of this F3 monument. But maybe I should... I don't even have any shears. Do I not have any shears? How shall I collect more wood without shears? We definitely need some iron maybe today. Try to look for some free surface iron or something. But yeah, welcome to episode 641. Have I even said that yet? How do you do this anymore? Teach me, Wolfie. Let me know. How is the Far Lands or Bust done? But yes, when I last left you, it was January when we built And then published episode 640, the finale of season 6. This magical tree, this natural wonder to denote the end of season 6 and pressing F3, and also it will denote indeed the beginning of season 7 here. But it's been a while. And we're still going though. And I don't want to I don't know if saying sorry is the appropriate thing to do. I think we have a pretty mutual relationship here between myself and all you Farlanders out there. Stuck around for quite a while, and it seems as though those who have still stuck and who are still around are sticking around for the long haul, and I do appreciate that. But yeah, there's been a lot happening. A lot has happened outside the world and the realm of Farlands or Bust in my personal life. We'll talk a little bit about that. Some of you are probably up to speed on that, especially if you've been following my adventures on Twitch, doing a lot more live streaming, as are many of the YouTubers, the gaming YouTubers at least these days. But we're going to be starting season 7 today. Let's do a quick look back. What time is it? Just past noon. Yeah, I should probably wait to depart this monument. I should probably wait until the start of the next day. We'll have one last sleep. This mattress has fully formed to my body after 5 months sleeping in it. It's nice and comfortable. Should get one good sleep out of it. I need to make more beds, actually, is what I need to do. Let's do that right here, why don't we? Well, we still have a few seconds. But hello. Hi. How are you? Let's do this. Up. Very nice. I remember. Do I have torches? I got some torches. But yeah, indeed. Even in spite of the longer than expected absence, this is the longest break we've taken between seasons of Farlands or Bust. We were still raising money at farlandsorbust.com for Child's Play charity with that season 6 Child's Play charity donation tracker. I think we raised a little bit more than $300 where we left off. So the final total, I've since taken it down, but the final total for season 6 of Farlands or Bust was $71,718.78, bringing the grand total to over $407,000. Wait, $300 raised for Child's Play charity since we started raising money for charity. And wouldn't you know it, we started raising money for charity on June 5th, 2011. So 6 years ago today is when technically season 2 of the series started. We actually changed the name from Adventures in Minecraft to Farlands or Bust then as well. And we introduced trying to raise $820 for Child's Play charity. We ended up raising over $12,000 for Child's Play charity just in that season alone. But yeah, the little journey to the Farlands that could got some attention, and I'm like, I should bring some of this attention to some charity work, some fundraising, and we certainly have done that indeed. And I appreciate that, and I know Child's Play charity appreciates that, and the recipients, the beneficiaries, I suppose I should say, of what Child's Play charity does. They get toys, books, games to kids' hospitals around the world. They appreciate it as well, even if they're not, what they receive isn't directly attributed to Farlands or Bust or Farlanders or Kurt J. Mack or whoever. I know they have certainly benefited and appreciate it indeed as well. Right, Wolfie? Right? Pant, how are you doing? You're doing fine. You're ready for adventure. I'll spare this pig. This pig will, like I said, be a very bouncy, watchful eye over the F3 monuments. But yeah, I'm gonna address the charity situation and all other things. Maybe not all other things, but most other things, some other things. After we take a quick nap here for the night, and then we will continue walking west in that direction. We will keep our compass pointing behind towards the original spawn, and we will keep walking west. In the morning. Oh, this is awkward. Let's try again. I think the sun needs to be like at least touching the horizon, like right now. Okay. In the morning. And awakeness. And continuing onness. And I'm just really frightened that I'm leaving something behind that I desperately need to bring with. But I don't think so. I think we set this up properly. Spooky noises. I think we set this up properly in that last episode. Oh, some more wolves have joined. Oh, they're murdering the sheep. Oh, what a gross display of nature we've woken up to. Let's go investigate, Wolfie. That's funny. That's good times. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for providing me with this singular piece of wool. You're just on your own here. Oh no, there's multiples. Yeah, there's definite hunting and gathering going on here. See you later, wolves. You maybe shall be the protectors of the F3 monument. Oh, there's some interactions between the wolves and Wolfie. Let's continue on, if I remember how to continue on, that is. There's Wolfie. Alright, walk right into a tree. Let's get some final glances. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a real good one. How do I, boop. Take a quick gander. Oh, Wolfie, I can't see you behind the shrubbery. The shrubbery! Hey, Wolfie. No? Oh, okay. One more time. Sort of. I'm looking for a good thumbnail. There we go. Hey! Alright. So many pictures. And continuing on, like I said, so yeah, we're doing Farlands or Bust. We're doing Farlands or Bust indeed. I definitely had intended to resume much sooner than I did. But now I finally am. Let's first address the elephant in the room, I suppose. There are no elephants in this room, but the charity thing. I just got done going on a spiel about how generous Farlanders have been for the past 6 years since we started raising money for Child's Play charity. I do not currently. Season 7 is beginning without a charity or a charity goal. It's just, again, one of those things that if I had perhaps taken more time to try to set that up and try to think of something and try to integrate it, the start of Season 7 would have taken much longer. A lot of things are taking much longer than perhaps they normally should or could for me, just in regards to stuff and things. So I figured it's been such a long time, I started to just get anxious and nervous about starting Farlands or Bust to the point where I'm just now starting it. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's go. No special things really planned. I don't have a huge outline on my notepad. I don't got a new logo or anything. I still need to make a new end slate, I think, to kind of adhere to the new YouTube end slate stuff that they've set up for us. But I think I just jump back into it. The more I delay and the more people keep asking about it, the more I worry it's not gonna live up to expectations or it's not gonna be a grand season premiere or anything like that. I think that's a good approach for me personally, for myself, and also maybe for you. Things have certainly changed in the YouTube landscape, and I certainly don't expect myself to have any of those what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of viral hits. You know, one cannot expect 60,000 views, which coincidentally is what episode 31 has right now, which was the premiere of Farlands or Bust and the charity when I first started it. It's less, at least for me, it's less about clickbait and fireworks and explosions and you know, big bold letters with big yellow arrows pointing at things in the thumbnails than it is just about maintaining something as it is for what it's worth, and just kind of continuing and just building on it. And what we're building on here is simply the journey. It is being built as we continue to walk. Ooh, this looks like a cheaty death hole to nothingness, doesn't it? Yeah, it is. Let's fill that up. Although that might mean that we are also... Oh, dear. All right, let's not go this way, Wolfie. Let's not start off... Like I said, I don't need any drama to start the series with. I'm trying to avoid such a thing. So yeah, I suppose if you're here and you're looking for a huge Season 7 reveal, it's been so long. All this built-up... tension? Tension? Is the tension the word? Or... Oh! Well, certainly the video game of Minecraft, Beta 173, is trying to give us some drama. Tension, anticipation. Anticipation was the word I was looking for. I've forgotten how to words even. All the anticipation. It must be amazing. Oh, the next season of Game of Thrones, it's gonna be amazing. Or oh, the return of the X-Files is gonna be amazing. You know, that's a recipe to let yourself get struck with some disappointment. So I'm just gonna start, and I have already started with the idea that we never actually had a big break in between. And yeah, the thing about the charity is I don't have anything set up. It might be, and I've had the idea, even when I started last season, Season 6, I had the idea of switching up charities. Not that there's anything wrong with Child's Play Charity or anything like that, but we have been supporting them for over 6 years. And start to worry a little bit about, I suppose, what could be described as fundraiser fatigue for both myself, but also those of you who, like I said, we've kind of distilled ourselves down to the core Farlanders, and I tend to see the same pumpkin. I tend to see the same pumpkin. I tend to see the same names in the charity list over and over and over again, and that's very generous, but perhaps for those people, maybe they would like to, they'd be reinvigorated if they were giving to maybe a different fundraiser or charity or cause. And I've kind of taken that idea from our good friends at Zeldathon, which, since we're starting Farlands or Bust today on June 5th, instead of launching my own fundraiser, I'm going to let you know that Zeldathon Wild is starting today, June 5th, 2017, at 4 p.m. Eastern Time over at zeldathon.net. And this time, they are raising for the Wild Foundation, which is, from what I've looked into it, yet another high-ranking charity navigator charity. I know MC and the whole Zeldathon crew always puts great thought into the causes they support, and they help protect, work on research for, and promote the conservation of wilderness areas on a global scale, which is honestly very topical at the moment with the sort of things that are going on in our world, and the sort of things that are worth preserving and working towards and saying are important to us to protect and to work towards, and a really cool charity. So I will say there, sure, yeah, it might be a little bit like, oh, there's no charity with Farlands or Bust? What is this? What is this, Season 1? What is this, May 2011? True, but instead, go hang out, go check out the fun times that Zeldathon has, and support that cause for as long as it is going on. Zeldathon does great work over there, and like I said, they mix it up a bit. They have little themes. This is a nice theme. It goes along with the latest very popular Zelda game, Breath of the Wilds. So it's Zeldathon Wild. They're helping the Wild Foundation. It's nice little tie-ins there, I suppose. I don't know if that's the depth at which I'm going to go into it, but I've certainly thought of different charities. And who knows? I might just go right back to Child's Play Charity. You know, I've made no decisions. The time it currently would take me to kind of worry about those sort of things and try to decide decisions. Not too great a person at making the decisions, to be honest. I made one decision, that was to walk west in Minecraft, and I'm sticking to it. Anything above and beyond that is a pretty tough cookie for me to handle. So yeah, we'll figure it out. And it's kind of a nice, it might be a nice little break for us to just get back to our early YouTube roots of kind of just having this as being a little adventure. A little adventure. Well, eventually, I'm definitely not writing off doing charity or attaching charity to Far Lands or Busts in total, like forever. But I don't know, maybe we'll go a month or two or something like that. We're just trying to, you know, our legs are not used to these long hikes. Perhaps we need to work ourselves up to it. And I gotta, honestly, I was starting to worry that I have forgotten how to do this, how to even like record for YouTube. I've been streaming mostly. This is the first time in a long time I've started recording with DX Story again. I'm like, I really hope all the settings are right and this thing exports all right, and I know how to edit and create a good video for everybody to enjoy. So yeah, I think this is a good thing for us. So go check out Zeldathon. That is the biggest kind of charity shout out and referral I can give from over here at Far Lands or Bust. But let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. And awakeness indeed. Some things will never change. Like the and awakeness. I am a person of poor decision-making skills, but also a person of habit, even if annoying and redundant. Oh, man. But yeah, what else can we talk about? I don't know. I suppose if there are new folk here who perhaps missed that last episode, that last time we pressed F3 at the end of the last Flobathon in January was 3,116,936 blocks from spawn. The Far Lands are at 12,550,820 blocks from spawn, so we are 24.83% of the way to the Far Lands. A very common trolley theme I've seen. Not overwhelming, but maybe a half dozen comments here and there over the past 4 months or so is, well, I guess Kurt is bust. He chose the bust part, and he failed. I knew he would fail. Nobody would ever make it that far. They gotta get bored sometime. Nay, I say, nay. We've made it a quarter of the way there. An insurmountable distance in a video game, and we've made it a quarter of the way there. We have not bust, my friends. We have not bust indeed. And we are continuing on. And we have still not died in this world either. We've not died, which I'm taking a little bit of a chance going barefoot here. Or, well, without iron armor. But I'll keep my eye out for basins or whatever that can... Alright, I gotta do it. Although I'm sitting down, Wolfie, because that's dangerous. Gotta do it. Keep my eye out for iron, I was trying to say, to get some more stuff. Whee! Oh, that's disappointing, isn't it? There was a lot more sandstone here than I anticipated. Aw, nuts. So yeah, we're almost, and I don't know what the number is that we would need to get a full quarter of the way there. But we might be a full quarter of the way. No, probably not this episode. That's actually probably a lot bigger than a number than I thought. Maybe by the time we start a charity, we'll be a quarter of the way there. Who knows? But yeah, we are making our way, and the world save file. This is the only thing I've really done in this world, except for the occasional monument building like we just came from. Just walking in one direction. Currently, or at least at the start of the episode, was 23,985 megabytes. The world save, like the disk space that this world save takes in this Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 world, is almost 24 gigs. Almost 24 gigs of just walking in a straight line. It's craziness, I say. Madness. And yeah, that's those are some stats for you. You might have also noticed the jitteriness. Might have noticed the jitteriness and the block offset. That's due to such the large coordinate that we're on, and floating point integers. It's a long story. Well, I'm sure somebody can explain that to you in the comments. But yeah, that's just a sign that we're getting further and further away from the spawn point. What happened to my torches? Why did I put those away? Murder! And we are continuing on indeed. It's been a long time since I've honestly played Minecraft. Ooh, those pigs were not dry. Specifically this version of Minecraft, but the latest versions of Minecraft also. It's nice to be back. The sounds, specifically the sounds of this beta version of the game are very nostalgia inducing, I suppose. Like, oh yeah, I remember this indeed. And certainly in this version, the bright colors and the specific biomes. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy indeed. So yeah, where have I been? Where has Kurt J. Mac been? I alluded to it in January, in the final episode of Season 6. And that would be that I moved once again. I should make some boats. Do I have boats? I don't have boats. Whoa, right in the face. Whoa, Wolfie, careful. Ooh, I've also got to get some... Oh, I have a bunch of wood. Let's make another boat. I moved once again. Again, this whole decision-making thing, I've already talked about it a bit. Oh, Wolfie, don't drown. Come on, Wolfie. Come on out here. Uh-oh. I fear that Wolfie might drown if he stays under that block. Okay. You crazy noodle. Careful, will ya? Jeez. Oh, I'm going this way, actually. Doing it again? No, I was just stuck there. All right. Yeah, I moved once again. I was, as you know, living in Phoenix. Originally, we started the journey in the suburbs of Chicago, where I was born and grew up. Moved to Phoenix, and now I've moved to the Seattle area. I've uploaded some vlogs saying this, but I suppose it's become more apparent now than ever that there are simply some people who just watch Far Lands or Bust, which is fine. That's great. But I've said many a thing. Certainly the folks who frequent my streams are more up to date than most. Certainly folks who are my patrons. During the move, as much as I was capable, I made some vlogs that I uploaded specifically just for patrons to be able to view. And then I uploaded a few to this and made public to this channel, or at least one or two, I can't remember, to this channel saying, hey, I'm moving, I'm not going to be around for a while. And I certainly wasn't. It was again, I'm still figuring out things. I mean, the move is over. I am here. I moved in. I've been streaming for the past month or so, as frequently as I've been able to get my feet under myself to do such things. Streaming certainly has done a lot to improve, sure, my security, financial security, that is, to keep going day to day and month to month and meet the rent and pay the internet bill and things like that. Because, as you may know, a lot has changed and happed on YouTube. And you may also notice that my channel name, this is a new thing that happened literally this past weekend, which was great. Looking forward to starting Far Lands or Bust, and then a big old... Whoops, I hit F. That's how you get out of a vehicle in Battlegrounds, by the way. How do you get out of a vehicle here? Space? Shift. Tab. No. Control. Alt. Oops. Don't end the recording. Oh, right-click. All right. Jeez. Was this a... Oh, it wasn't. Oh, dang. I was bamboozled. Lambasted. I thought that was going to be a spawner. Yeah, F is to get out. I was pressing Shift. Shift is to get out in the current versions. I've been playing Minecraft Bingo. But F is to get out of a vehicle in Battlegrounds. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the move. What was I saying about the move? Oh, yeah, I've been streaming. Oh, and YouTube. Yeah. My channel name has changed back to Kurt J. Mac. Since I think they introduced it in 2013, YouTube, Google tried to make everybody who has a channel, they tried to make everybody who has a channel integrate and create a Google Plus account to go with their channel. I am a stubborn son of a gun and did no such thing. And every time the website prompted me to do so, I said no. There wasn't even an option to say no. I just closed the tab and killed the process. So I said no for many, many years, for 4-ish years, almost 4 years. But it turns out this past weekend, they just decided to make it happen. And it terrified me at first because when I went to log into YouTube on my tablet, it logged me into my personal account, my personal Google Gmail account. And I'm like, oh no, Google, YouTube just doxed me, I guess maybe. But it turns out that it just separated. And also the thing that freaked me out is I logged into my, God darn it, I pressed F again. The fog is rolling in. There we go. I logged into my account and looked at my channel, and there were 0 videos, and 0 subscribers, and 0 views. And I was like, oh no, they deleted my channel. But no, that was my personal account. The Kurt J. Mac channel persists, but it is now Kurt J. Mac, and I'm slightly concerned about some integrations. Theoretically now, I haven't been able to comment with this account on any of my own videos or anybody else's videos since the Google Plus thing happened. I'm waiting for this episode. I'm going to see if on this episode I can, like, get the first comment. and it will be my first comment in over 4 years with the Kurt J. Mac account. When they did the Google Plus thing, they changed the name of my channel from Kurt J. Mac to Far Lands or Bust, because the old YouTube layout, there weren't, my channel name was youtube.com/KurtJMac. You could have a channel title, so I titled the channel Far Lands or Bust, just because that was what I was most known for. They ended up using that as my channel name for the past 4 years, and I was unable to change that unless I got Google Plus. But now that they've changed back, they've defaulted back to just plain old Kurt J. Mac, lowercase. Apparently I can change that. I don't know what or if I'll change that too, but I'm Kurt J. Mac again. Woo! I feel like myself. Let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And the Kurt J. Macness. And a Kurt J. Macness indeed. So yeah, a few people noted that, because I suppose in the subscription box, when I upload a video, it says, it has been saying anyway, Far Lands or Bust has uploaded a video, even if it's Tomb Raider or Battlegrounds or racing game or whatever. Now it says Kurt J. Mac has uploaded a video, and some people commented, why did you change your channel name? When for the past 4 years, I kept getting asked, why is your channel name Far Lands or Bust if you're not uploading Far Lands or Bust? So it's been a trip, and that's the least of the problems. I wouldn't call them problems, but just changes that have transpired with YouTube. Certainly, it seems as though the rug has been pulled out, specifically and mostly to the gaming side of YouTube, which is why myself and many of your other favorite gaming YouTubers have probably switched to, most notably, Twitch. Come back, Boat. I promise. Won't say anything bad about you. Switched to Twitch, which it in and of itself relies on the fan funding and the subscribers and the bits and the tips and things. Switched over to Twitch, which helps, and of course Patreon. I saw this coming a mile away, so I set up my Patreon a long time ago, and I really do appreciate all the patrons who've stuck around since then. There's quite a good few who've been there since I opened up my Patreon, but even those who have joined since then, and you'll be getting your postcards, if you haven't already, in the mail for this round of postcards. And also you've hopefully been enjoying, although of late we've also been having problems with our patron server, some performance issues, so we're working on that. But yeah, a lot of stuff has changed in that regard. A lot of stuff has changed in my personal regard. Moving from Phoenix to Seattle, one of those things, like I was about to say, was just, I'm still not 100% confident in the choice. And you're never going to be 100% confident in any choice. But if it might have been one of these kind of, let's try to fix something, so this must be what I'm trying to fix. How do I get out of right click? All right. That's going to take a lot. I keep hitting shift now. I'm in current version Minecraft mode. Whew. Get stuck on a boat. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, it's something I'm still adjusting to. Also, having done it all by myself, which I'm not. Does this work? It does work in this version. Speed running. We can speed run the cactus out of the way. I did the move all by myself, a 1,500-mile move all by myself, which is completely my choice. I could have certainly timed it better and coordinated, like with my family or people to be more available to help or whatever, but I didn't. So it was incredibly stressful. And that is the understatement of the century. And still under quite a decent amount of stress. This weekend was pretty good. And, you know, the reason why Seattle? Personally, and I even went back and watched my old Firelines or Bust episode when I went to my first PAX Prime. And I was like, I don't really like Seattle. Well, it's not really a city for me. I would prefer more of like Arizona or Portland or something. I'm still not 100% sure why Seattle, to be honest with you, other than that there are some people here, certainly a more concentrated amount of people I've met and known through this YouTube/Twitch gaming thing. And this past weekend, and it's slowly, certainly the first, oh gosh, I've only almost been here for 3 months. Yeah, I moved in the middle of March. The first few months have been fairly sparse, mostly on me. I'm not the most proactive of dudes that reaches out to other people. It's an anxiety thing, an introvert thing. I feel like I'm bothering people even though they're my friends, and I'm probably not, or they can just say, no, I'm not available, and that'll be fine. But I just feel like I'm bothering people, or like they're like, oh, they're doing something better. They don't want to hang out with me. You know, it's a personal issue, not anybody else's fault. But yeah, that's stuff I got to work on, certainly. And it's slowly getting better, and it's hopefully going to turn into, if not immediately apparent, it will hopefully turn into, hey, figured it out. Hopefully will turn into a good decision. I miss a lot about Arizona. I miss a lot about Chicago and like family first and foremost, who all still live there. And I certainly was getting used to Arizona. The heat didn't bother me too much. Like I said, the biggest detriment of the heat was owning a dog and not being able to walk the dog because it was 110 degrees Fahrenheit outside and the sidewalks were liquid hot magma. And that's no good for a dog. I suppose I'll recap this. I don't want to keep repeating this every single episode. But for those of you who remember that I had a dog, I do not have the dog anymore. Eva is with her other owner, who took, I suppose, custody. Is that the proper way to term it? Of Eva, and is still in Arizona, and still alive and well. But I do indeed miss the little nugget, the little stump tail. And I'm certainly looking, kind of still looking, in the area, keeping my eye open. I got to get permission first from where I'm currently renting, if I can have a dog, and if they say no, then I will be searching for another place in about 10 months. It'd be nice to find a place. And again, that was one of the things. I was just kind of in a bit of a whirlwind with the move. I really didn't probably make as good of a choice or fine tooth comb the different places that maybe right off the bat would have allowed a dog, even if I don't have a dog right away. Stuff like that. Anyway, little details, little thingamabobs and thingamaboobs that make me feel weird sometimes that I didn't maybe take the full accountability for or full foreshadowing of. But yeah, I'm here in the Seattle area now, and we're continuing Far Lands or Bust. Hey, the first episode of Far Lands or Bust from the Seattle area. How about it? From the Pacific Northwest. So certainly moving here for people, for this blossoming social butterfly that is Kerchemak. And also the healthcare is better and cheaper, and might be necessary depending, once again, how current national events transpire. And I'm actually today, I'm recording this on Sunday, but today I have my first doctor's appointment for like a normal doctor. The way healthcare predominantly works in America is that you have a main doctor, your primary care, and your insurance won't cover anything else unless it is first recommended or referrals referred to from that main doctor. So like I would like to see a mental health practitioner, but if I just found one and went to them, even if they were in and accepted the insurance, if I just did that upon my own comeuppance, that's the wrong word to use in that scenario, upon my own wanting to, without prior approval, they wouldn't cover it at all. So gotta go to the normal doctor and get poked and prodded, and hopefully get a referral, and then we'll be making progress on that front as well. And just little tiny steps here. How many beds we got left? We got one more. This might be a little bit of a longer episode. I could do one more elevated hidey hole, and then we'll make the first official hidey hole of season 7 here, Far Lands or Busts. Doing right on. Oh no, I don't need wood. I have all this birch on me. So yeah, it's just one of these, a lot of stuff happening. And, like I said, I appreciate the patience and the understanding. The vast majority of you have been very kind and forgiving. I mean, like with all the stuff that happened the first part of this year and all throughout last year, it was also May that I started my, air quotes, Kurt Batical for other reasons. And it, I'm like, for the month of May, and it lasted for the entire year, it seems. One would seem, although we were able to wrap up season 6 of Far Lands or Bust pretty well. But yeah, just so much has happened. Just a lot of stuff that's hard for me to parse, and without getting a little bit too open here on this first episode of season 7. Perhaps stuff I'll open up about in the future if there are any lessons I feel that can be learned, but kind of stuff I think I'll keep to myself for quite a while. I'm looking forward to getting back into it. It's still feeling slow and steady, and I still feel very out of the loop and out of practice here with this Far Lands or Bust thing, so I appreciate also your continued patience. If this might not be, perhaps, your ideal season 7 start, perhaps you'll want the fireworks and the clickbaity stuff. Sorry, this is the Far Lands or Bust journey, and this is me sleeping. And awakeness. You know what I think we're missing? I have the music off for Flobathon. You silly goose. I thought I heard the music start to play there as I went to sleep. I did not, because it was off. I had it off for Flobathon. We had a playlist running for Flobathon. All the magical moments and music we've been missing out on, my friends. Alright, let's, could have made more than one boat, I guess, but it's beside the point. Let's continue on indeed. So yeah, it's been difficult, and it's not even stuff that's happened to me, it's choices I've made, like I said. So it's all my fault. No, it's strange growing pains, midlife crisis. Am I too young for a midlife crisis? Can I get that out of my way now, please? And just have that be it, perhaps? I don't know. I got to get a convertible first, I think. Yeah, there's just been a lot of, I said before, I don't really want to say sorry. I don't ever feel like you guys owe me anything, and I hope in return you guys don't feel like I owe you guys anything. In this little creator / viewer / fan relationship that we've got going on. But there have been certainly moments and times and things that I have sort of neglected. Stuff like like I'm always on the cover of magazines, and I even accidentally, like I said, I've started playing a little bit of Battlegrounds, and you may have seen that my latest kind of accidental clickbaity sort of viral-ish video that I don't know how many views it's had, but it's about 60,000 views now, is the completely pacifist win in Battlegrounds that myself and partner Cone Dodger 240 got and uploaded. A few blog articles about that, which is always fun. I don't know. I'm always playing games the way that they are not intended to be played, am I? It's pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, speed running. Boom. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I've in this past year, there have been other organizations who wanted interviews. Maybe they've seen me in the Guinness World Records gaming book for Far Lands or Bust. There was, I think, in NPR. I was talking to somebody at NPR for one of their things, wanted to talk to me, and I was talking to them, but then things happened, and I just kind of ghosted. I feel really bad. Somebody even from Fermilab wanted to do a write-up in their kind of Fermilab newsletter or journal or something about myself and other people who have made science builds in Minecraft, like the Fermilab Wilson Hall, which was amazingly recreated on the patron Farlander server as well. And I had a few emails back and forth, and then I just kind of ghosted them, and that really makes me feel bad. But I've also kind of just decided not to do those things, because those are I'm starting to get a little bit better. Not great, but a little bit better at finding the things that cause me anxiety or cause me to, say, regress into that sort of, that's what my brain makes, that noise. that kind of regressed sort of anxiety, I guess. And instead of trying to push through it, maybe don't. Maybe not put yourself through that until, hopefully, you can figure out how to deal with those on a grander scale so that they aren't the sort of things that make my brain go in the future. And the move was certainly that. That was a tough one. I appreciate all the kind words. I kind of took to Twitter a few times to express my fears, I suppose, and breakdown scenarios, and all the kind words of, oh, you can do it, just push through it, just do your best. And I kind of wonder sometimes at what point is pushing through too much for one person? And I've certainly flirted with that many times during the move, but also this past year and things. But yeah, I do appreciate everybody who has stuck around, who has had that, I suppose, faith, and we're getting back at it. We're getting back at it. Perhaps not 100% back at it, and it might not. I don't have a schedule figured out for Far Lands or Bust yet. We had been doing a pretty good 3-episode-a-week clip. I'd like to work on getting back up to that, certainly, if not even more, maybe. But right now, we're doing this nice long return to the series episode. I'm hoping people can check out and spend some time with the Zeldathon crew in the meantime. But I'm gonna try to find a good Nice waterfall. There are some good waterfalls around here, around the Seattle area, I can say so much. Try to get back into the groove, but then also try to find a nice balance between this and what I am now depending on to keep myself going. That is the Twitch, the Twitch work. To keep the stream, both the streams flowing and the flob flowing. That'll be a good thing to aim for. So yeah, I just wanted to say I appreciate that. I've taken like literally the last 3 Minecraft days to say that in as many words, but I do appreciate that. And I do appreciate, like I said, even people who continue to donate to Child's Play charity at farlandsorbust.com. In this kind of little break in between season 6 and 7, I still have, even though I'm not taking new donations, I still have a lot of leftover questions that I'm looking forward to finally answering. A lot that came in during the Flobathon, and maybe even a few that remained from the season itself. But one here, like Werdna, W-E-R-D-N-A. This is actually one of the most recent ones that came in. I'm kind of asking the question after I've already answered it. But Werdna, with their donation, asked, "How are you? How was the move?" I've moved multiple times in my life. I know about the headaches involved, but I've never had to move further than the town over. Was there anything about moving long distances that caught you by surprise? Having done it once already, not really. Certainly by myself was not the most ideal situation, and I have learned that lesson. Despite how much you think you need to get it done and you need to get to the new location, and that's the thing that will fix everything. It didn't fix everything or anything. It's better to not go alone. We're not going alone. We got Wolfie with us here on this journey. But even in real life things, it's best not to go alone. So certainly if in the future we decide that maybe it's time to move back to Chicago, or we find someplace else that we want to check out, and by we I mean me, so I'll certainly make sure that I include others, those people who do care enough to provide that assistance to take them up on that. So that's certainly a thing. I think the thing that took me surprise, I had real bad anxiety, worse than ever before, to the point where I wasn't eating and I wasn't sleeping more than an hour for like 2 weeks every night. And I was nervous about the drive, but the drive, I drove. I sent my stuff separately in a shipping box container thing. I left a lot behind, which is kind of a thing I wish I hadn't done now that I had to buy a new bed and got to buy new sofas and the entertainment center and blah, 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 blah. Wish I hadn't done that, but the drive was actually the best part. I almost again, kind of regrettably think like, oh, maybe I just needed to take a cross-country drive to make myself feel a little bit better. That was a solo experience, and I didn't do much or any sightseeing or touristy things along the drive, but just driving and kind of seeing the change in the, just going from Arizona through California and then Oregon and into Washington, just the sudden and the very drastic changes in biomes, I suppose you could say, the environment, nature, surroundings, but just how, like, I was able to, my brain was able to shut down. It kind of like the Far Lands of Bus journey. It's kind of almost, like I said, a shame that there was a destination to my journey here to Seattle, because then once I got to my destination, all the anxieties returned. Fantastic. But yeah, it was a good drive. I do kind of wish I had the have a seat, Wolfie. Oh, and a nightlight maybe even. I do kind of wish I had my head on a little bit better and I would have perhaps tried to vlog or record or share that with everybody. But I didn't want that extra stress, so I just kind of avoided doing that. But yeah, that's probably the surprise, is how much not a huge big deal a 1,500-mile drive is, but also just how well I took it and how, like, much it felt like a nice break for myself and just a good experience. So I might have to plan similar things here in the not too distant future, and certainly one of those, not as big a drive, but one of those certainly might be related around the upcoming August total eclipse. It's going to pass directly through Oregon, and I am going to want to see totality. I could stick here. Actually, anywhere in the United States, you'll be able to see some portion of an eclipse, but for totality, you got to go to some specific places. And I could see some of it from here, Seattle area, but I want to go to actually experience totality. It's apparently an amazing thing to watch the moon cover the entirety of the disk of the sun, cast you in shadow, and be able to see the corona and the kind of exterior atmosphere of the sun with your own eyes. Certainly be looking forward to that. Where's the door? I think the door's on this side. Sure, let's go with that. So yeah, again, an uneventful, not much pomp and circumstance, but this feels all right. This here, the first episode of Season 7 of Far Lands or Bust, Episode 641. Once again, let me remind you, if you are watching during the first week of June here, after June 5th, Zeldathon.net, supporting Wild Foundation. Go check that out, support them, enjoy the fun that group has over there. And we'll get back on keeping on here with Far Lands or Bust. We have not bust, my friends. Much to the chagrin of the naysayers, we have not bust indeed. Is chagrin the right word there? Was there a different word I should have used? But yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.